Hello Star Wars friends and YouTubers, Frikers out, Dan with another video. I thought today we'd look at the exclusive K-mart special action figure sets of the Imperial scanning crew and the Death Star scanning crew. You get a Stormtrooper and a scanning crew, or a scanning crew and an Imperial Officer. Before we look at the insides and the specifics of these characters and sets, let's just take a look at the packaging a second. So here's this one. It comes with the new Stormtrooper and on the front, and then you go on the back. It specifies that it's the Stormtrooper TK421 and Imperial Technician sold separately. Death Star Scanning Crew sold separately. So here's Death Star Scanning Crew. Death Star Scanning Crew on the front there. They don't name it. And then on the back, they also call it Imperial Technician and then Imperial Officer. And let's take a look inside now. Okay, let's take a look at each one of these figures and who they represent. First figure you get in the Imperial Scanning Crew set, you get a Stormtrooper, but it's not just any Stormtrooper, it's actually the Stormtrooper TK421. Well, how do you distinguish that Stormtrooper from any other Stormtrooper we've ever gotten, or Stormtroopers in general? Well, they actually did a good job with that, because TK421 is the one that Luke Skywalker dons his outfit from. And his buddy TK422, they're the ones that get bashed on the head or whatever happens because we don't see it on screen. But the reason why TK421 is more distinctive, well, first of all, the Belgian Falcon's named after him. But the other thing is the utility belt. There's a couple differences here. If you're not careful, it actually includes a comm link on here, which I don't think any of the Luke Stormtroopers or anything else has. But right there, there's the comm link. Don't lose it. It does come off there. You get the blaster there, and it's got the double telescoping or whatever you want to call it. It's got that front stock part. Those are the 11 blasters. And you also got that little part on the back that is for the grappling hook. So it actually appears on that Stormtrooper if you watch the movie. So go take a look at that. It's a nice, convenient thing, but it does appear. Otherwise, the mold is based on the Vintage Collection Stormtrooper, and it has all the articulation you expect at the shoulders, elbows, wrists, knees, ankles, and hips. So even waist, so, and head, of course. So all sorts of articulation. Really cool Stormtrooper. There's not any other story to him. I'll tell you the story of all these guys at the end here. In the Death Star Scanning Crew set, you get what's just called a generic Imperial Officer with a black outfit, but he is really a specific officer from the movie. They didn't name him, just like last year with the AT-ST drivers. They didn't name him specifically, but I'm very sure he's supposed to represent this officer, and that officer is Lieutenant Shann Childsen. He's the officer that you see in the detention box. He says, "Where are you taking this thing?" And then, "I was notified," and then he gets blasted to hell. Anyway, that character got a card in the Decipher card game right there, and that's where a lot of names from the original trilogy came from years after the fact. And then what it says here, demoted up the superior, blamed him for a clerical error, considered a bully by his fellow officers, supports the New Deal doctrine of subjugation. If you use him in the detention box corridor room, it helps you, power +2. And then he hates aliens like weak Wookiee, so it says here, +3 of aliens is a Wookiee, Tulls, or Ewoks. So that's from the New Hope expansion of the Decipher card game. The actual face is pretty good likeness. The name of the actor is Malcolm Tierney, and he has done some Star Wars appearances, primarily in the UK. He's also known for Braveheart and some Doctor Who and some other things. There's actually a whole half-hour interview, if you look for it, on Malcolm Tierney. And he's still, I guess, active acting. He's born in 1938, so he never auditioned for the part. He actually was 2 days in the detention block in May '76, and that was it, and rest is history. As far as the figure goes itself, you've got a figure based loosely on Captain Nita. That's why I have him standing over here. He's got the swivel elbows, which the other ones didn't, and then the shoulders. So the articulation is basically the same. I think everything in the waist down except for the insignia is the same as Captain Nita. You also can remove his hat. Whoops. just like you can with Captain Nita. I'm not going to do anything else with them, but you get the idea there. So I guess you could make some other Imperials from him if you want, but he is supposed to represent that specific officer from the detention cell. So let's take a look at the scanning crew next. Okay, here's the scanning crew. You get one in each set. On the left is the one from the Imperial scanning crew with the Stormtrooper, and on the right is the one from the Death Star scanning crew with the Lieutenant. These guys haven't got a lot of love like in the EU or anything. It's just that they got sort of taken out by Luke, Han, and the crew. They're called the BT-445 scanning crew. There were other scanning crews around. Some people like to army build these guys just because they also are like these guys here, Imperial helmsmen, and other particular officers. Like here is back row from Empire Strikes Back. So inside the Stormtrooper, there's Imperials that wear these kind of outfits. So it's not just the scanning crew. So these are supposed to be the specific scanning crew. There's not even any names. They don't even, in the EU. They've never named these guys. I know there's a guy named Jerry Baker who's been signing as the scanning crew. I'm sure he was in this. There's even a YouTube video of him. So if you look that up, it's like 45 seconds long. I'm sure it was him. The other guy, actor, isn't even known. Even Jerry Baker is not put on the IMDb. So that's about it for these guys. There's not really anything to say about them. I mean, they have the figures, and they actually got figures before. One came with a Millennium Falcon carrying case back in 1998. I never got that one. I got the one with the wedge in the carrying case. I don't remember even if I seen that back then. I can't recall ever even seeing that in stores, or maybe I just thought the figure was so bad. It was repackaged in 2004, that same figure, slightly different, and that one wasn't that wonderful either. But then in 2009, I did finally get a scanning crew guy. Here he is, and his twin brother. So let's see the differences there. They're pretty much very much the same. You can see the new one has got a darker jumpsuit a bit. They both come with a blaster. This blaster is actually still in its holster there. These guys stand up pretty easily, but if you push them down, they'll fall down. You got the same kind of articulation at the shoulders, and you can take the hat. You can't take the hat off, I should say, on these guys. You cannot take the hat off. What else? The accessory is the same. The blaster is the same there. It's more simple blaster compared to what we get with the Stormtrooper and the Officer. And you can see the differences in coloring there. So here on the left is the new one, and here on the right is the old one. And this is the bottom part of the scanning crew equipment. So you got to use one of them. You might as well use the new one. And you can put this on top. That's the way you see it in the movie. Then they come over to open it up. They open the top up, so this opens up on the top, and you get some detail there on the inside there. You got the little device they take out. That's brand new right there. It's a separate piece, and you get another little bit. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Whoops. Yeah, you get another little bit inside there, just a little bitty metal cylinder there, so be careful not to lose those pieces. And like I said, it goes on the top here. When they take it inside, then you see it on the outside of the Falcon. You see it like this with the top on the side. So it's a pretty well done representation of what you see in the movie of the scanning crew box, I'd have to say. Here's the other officer. You can see the differences in their face. This is sort of the younger one. At least my opinion, he looks slightly younger. They're not that much different, but they are different, and you can tell he's slightly. It looks like he's slightly shorter too. So looks like they use different legs possibly on that. Not 100% sure, but it looks like the arms and the weight, the coat, and everything is the same. So that's about all I have to say about the scanning crew. They're pretty cool figures if you do a Death Star thing, or you do like Imperial Officer, Star Destroyer, or helmsman, that kind of thing. Imperials in general. Maybe not as cool as these officers or the Stormtrooper. I think those are highlights, but this accessory, nice to have that. It was supposed to be back in the Legacy collection, but they never did the variation. So I hope you enjoyed this review of these two sets, and go out to K-mart and pick them up if you're interested. And until next time, guys, may the Force be with you.